There's something called the breakaway gap, which is a type of fair value gap that price will not return to, right? But
Mhm.
who cares what a breakaway gap is? Like it's like imagine this, like someone's telling you, let's say you're in a trade, right? Go for a trade, you're about to enter a trade, and price doesn't return to that trade. And then they mark it out and be like, okay, that's a breakaway gap. How is that useful to me? The trade's already gone. Would you rather not want to know which one is the breakaway gap before you enter the trade? So I'm about to
Yes,
share it
sir.
with you guys. And it combines with the higher time frame fair value gap. So watch this. A breakaway gap is a fair value gap that price will not return to. And if it does return, it'll return by a tiny bit.
Hey, Hamuzi, when you said that if it does return to it, it will return to it a tiny bit,
A
is that
tiny
like
bit.
a pip away from the fair value gap? A gap?
It'll maximum, like the medium of that breakaway gap. Maximum, but it will not ever overlap it. So anyways, now let me tell you what actually, figure out which one is which. Now inside the higher time frame fair value gap, okay? If there is, I'm gonna give you two scenarios. I'm not gonna give you one scenario. I'll give you two scenarios. I'm trying to be as specific as possible because it's all recorded. You can always look back at this, okay? Let's look at the second scenario. When price escapes the higher time frame fair value gap, let's say that leg leaves a fair value gap inside of it and a fair value gap outside of it. The one that's inside of it is going to be the breakaway gap. That's it.
So even in your first example, you see how there's two inside?
Excellent. Uh-huh.
Both of them are the breakaway?
Watch this. No. When it's like this and they're both inside, the one that's deeper inside is the breakaway gap, right? And by the way, when they're both inside and it does return to it, you're going to see how price returns to it. The body's not going to, it's going to get sucked away immediately. I don't belong here. Why am I inside? And this is the same thing for bullish, like the opposite. So for instance, if this is the case, where is price going to return to and which one's the breakaway gap?
It's gonna return to the one at the bottom right
This
there.
one. Price is going to go down. If it does return to this one, it's going to be like, "Tick," like that, maybe, right? And then immediately go down, right? Or it's not even going to go to it at all. So because I have that as my philosophy, logic dictates now I don't have to put my stop loss at the most recent high anymore. I don't have to put it there anymore. I don't have to put it here anymore. High. I don't have to put it this high. I can put it above the breakaway gap, right? You see? So then you'll have a better risk to reward as well in that trade. Price did this. Where would price return to? Which one's the breakaway gap and which one it'll return to?
The one still closest to the bottom in the fair
Excellent.
value.
Excellent. Very good. Right? This is how you know which one to choose. Right? I don't care if this is a small, tiny looking fair value gap. Even if it's a tiny looking fair value gap, trust me, it's not going to go for this one. It's going to fill a tiny one.